You got us some fun new intro.
No, same intro last week.
Oh, okay.
So I did not have time today. There was, no, it wasn't
We'll
happening today.
we'll forgive you.
Yeah,
All right.
Hi, everybody. It's Kindle Fire here on the Carnival Jubilee, and you're listening to the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
Here are your hosts, Thomas Kennedy, Trevor Shelby, Gary Manning, and Jennifer Roll. We talk cruises every day. Let the golden boys and girls take you away to a place of fun in the sun. Join us as we say, welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
I'm on a cruise. I'm on a cruise, guys. Guys, I'm on a cruise. Hey, guys, I'm on a cruise.
I wish I was on a cruise. Oh man,
It won't be long. I gotta stop hitting my table. It's hitting my camera, and my camera's shaking. And those people who are watching on Spotify, I'm sure, do not want to see the camera shaking.
See, I have to admit, I love the fact that you used Randy Orton for my part.
So I do have an issue though. I didn't never notice before, and I probably will get cut out. He won't let this play. But Kendall only says, "And you're listening to." She didn't say you were watching. Because if you're on Spotify, you actually could be watching.
you could be watching.
So I mean, we're gonna have to get back on the Jubilee and have her re-record that.
Absolutely, I'm all for it.
Whoever recorded that with her did not do their fair job. They should have done it better.
Yeah, Gary, you're fired
again.
Oh, again. I'm not going to have any jobs left if I keep getting fired for everything.
Man,
I can still be on the show. It's probably coming up. I shouldn't have said anything. Just there's that segue.
Well, this week we've got some more. We're going to kind of expand more on what we talked about last week. We're going to move from embarkation time to first sea day and kind of talk about our normal activities, things we like to do. And then probably next week, I think we're going to go ahead and move to debarkation. So, and kind of see what that kind of process is like as well. What was that look?
We're going to skip the sea days, the port days, and everything
well,
else.
I mean, like, what are we going to do? Cover every port?
I mean, we've done 3,000 something episodes. I should go ahead and plan on having another 4,000 to 5,000 more. Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. And you know what we've done for all 3,000 of those episodes? Every one of them. We started on day one.
Every single one.
Every single one. We have done a "Am I the Snooty Snoot?" episode.
Catherine's favorite segment.
Yeah, Catherine's favorite segment. I think there's an intro for it somewhere. I could play the video of Reese singing, but that would be about it. But or Reese being sung too. So either of those are good choices. But yeah, no, I've got a snooty snoot. And so how this game is played is if you go over to our Facebook page, just search for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways group. Let us know if you think this person is a snooty snoot or not. Now,
He's a snooty snoot.
So already Mr. Kennedy says this person is a snooty snoot. This is the too long didn't read version because this was a book this person wrote. So Madison broke it down for me. So thank you to Madison. It says, I'm turning 30 soon. Yes, I'm turning 30 soon and wanted to plan something special. But my girlfriend keeps downplaying it. My blunt best friend surprised me by booking a cruise for my birthday, which I'm very excited about. But my girlfriend got very angry. She revealed that she had planned a surprise beach trip instead, and she doesn't feel comfortable around my friend and urged me not to go. Now, I feel torn between my girlfriend and my best friend, and I don't know if I'm going on the, or I don't know if going on the cruise would make me a jerk. Would he be a snooty snoot if he went on the cruise and his girlfriend who is gets angry?
Well, see, that's a rough one because his best friend actually paid his fare,
Yeah.
and he wanted to go on a cruise.
Well, and he has tried to plan something with said girlfriend who was trying to make it a surprise. So it is his 30th birthday. So you can kind of see that, maybe some special things were being planned there. Maybe. I don't know.
He did it all for the nookie. Oh, sorry.
With his friend. So
wow. Go ahead. Y'all keep talking. I'm still processing this.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one. I don't think he would be a snooty snoot if he went on said cruise, mainly because I feel like the friend, had went to a little above and beyond friend duties. I'm trying to recall any time Tom booked me a cruise. I'm thinking about it, and
I've never done that. No.
I think I need to find another friend.
I mean, hell, I was paying for when we were supposed to go to Vegas. I was paying for that for my own part of the trip.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm trying to think. I think it could go either way, but I'm gonna say he's not a snooty snoot if he goes on the cruise because it's something his friend booked and planned ahead of time, and so he's had time to process this, and maybe his girlfriend her beach outing can be changed to another date, maybe.
What if he doesn't go on the cruise though? Then would he be a snooty snoot?
Well, if you think about it, I mean, that's being a snoot to your friend who booked a cruise for you.
But his girlfriend has the beach day.
Yeah.
But his friend can also, get the port fees back and go on his own, or find someone else to go.
That's true too.
However, he had been telling his girlfriend that he wanted to go on a cruise, and she.
Well, he said he just wanted to plan something. Not that he wanted to go on a cruise, but he just wanted to plan something, and she kept putting it off.
Now, you did the too long didn't read version. Did they in the actual version? Did they say how long they've been together?
Doesn't say how long he's been with the girlfriend.
No, he's not a snooty snoot. No.
I think that if his girlfriend was planning a surprise and didn't include his best friend, come on now. I don't have to like my partner's pals, but gosh darn it, if he's having, which I do, I adore all of his friends. But if he's having a milestone birthday, like you suck it up, you deal with people you don't particularly care for a day, and the friend would have known there was something happening. So I think this person gets a pass. They are not a snooty snoot.
I like that answer. I really do. Makes sense. And I have, most of Megan's friends are wonderful, wonderful people, but Tom knows one in particular that we've done a podcast with before that can be trying at times. And
she wasn't an official part of the podcast.
She was on almost every episode.
we invite her on as a guest. She just never left.
Yeah, she was the guest that never ended. No, not you, Gary. Oh, no, not you, Jen either.
No, I know this on another podcast, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm feeling some similarities in this story. Yes, it's kind of like But okay, back to the am I the snooty snoot? So I have several things that pop into my head.
Mm-hmm.
If the girl was only planning a getaway for her and her boyfriend for the beach getaway, so that's why she would not have included the best friend. the other side of it is the best friend could have, should have maybe included the girlfriend though, because depending on how close they are. See, then there, and that's the thing there. We don't know. We have a lot of vagueness in this post. But my main takeaway is he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. Because I mean,
very much so.
Now, depending on how far along old girl was in her planning, if she's already booked the hotel, which that doesn't matter, because I mean, most hotels give you a 24-hour cancellation, you know, that's fine. However, my other part of it though, and I think this is kind of the obvious thing, a beach getaway and a cruise are almost the same thing, because just about every cruise goes to a beach.
Yeah. But I will say that, like, we don't know where this person could live in Daytona, and
right, yeah,
and a beach getaway is Thursday. So
no, I mean, yeah, that's the case, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's which of course now a special beach getaway. There are quote unquote special beach getaways, but yeah, that's the other side of it. And so, like I say, I mean, there's a lot of detail that, you know, like you say, even Tom said, you know, you did do the summary version, but all together, like I say, I don't know, because like I said, I mean, as going back to the other side, if he doesn't go on the cruise, or he does go on the cruise, then he's being a snooty snoot, a butthole, or whatever you want to call it, to his girlfriend. If he goes on the beach getaway, then his buddy is stuck holding the bag, or he could get somebody else to, I mean,
he's gonna have to figure something out.
People on the thread, I'm sure, volunteered their time to go on the cruise, you know, and let him go on the, or it, depending on what his girlfriend looks like. Hell, I mean,
well, okay, so and this may be clipped out of the episode, but I'm gonna say here, but I don't want to influence any votes. But it was decided in the thread that he was not the snooty snoot.
I can agree with that though. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's a toss up 100%. Tom, you already voted before the thing even started, said the guy was a snooty snoot. So
well, I changed my vote though.
Now you're flip flopping. Now you're being
he's a flim flam man.
Yeah,
Thomas Kennedy, flip flopper.
So, hey, I love wearing flip flops.
Yeah.
So all right, we covered our snooty snoot. It's went a little long, but I mean, I think there is a good topic. Hopefully, the anonymous member will go ahead and post a poll inside of our Facebook group, and we can get some. So we can get some more votes on this one to see what people think. Hey, also, if you're not on our page, you really need to check it out. I posted, or Cruising Swag, I should say, posted a new, there's a big, so Cruising Swag posted a really, really cool, I'm here for the breakfast burritos design. And I think that's I really like it. I really, really, really like it. So, but moving along down to the anonymous member, is Gary's wife being a snooty snoot for not wanting Trevor and Megan to go on their December anniversary celebration cruise? 62% said no. 12% said yes. And Jen added a why drag Megan into this, and that got 26% of the vote. So I like it. 62%. And whoever that anonymous member was, thank you so much for actually using part of the show in your question. That was real good. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. So
maybe the real MVP.
Maybe that person will keep it up. Well, let's move on to our speak pipe. I think it's appropriate at this point.
You've played Catherine's speak pipe before.
Yeah, I have before. But just in case anyone wants to, they can go to speakpipe.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. You can leave us a voicemail anytime, day or night. You can wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning in night sweats and just remember, I haven't sent them a voicemail today. And then you do it real quick, and then we'll play it on the show. And it's going to be wonderful that you know, whatever it is that you say that we'll play, like this speak pipe.
Hey guys, it's Teresa, Gary's better half. So we got to clear the air about a few things. To the anonymous poster who posted,
Oh, right. Well, that was a really good speak pipe. Thank you
"Is
so
Gary's
much.
wife being a snooty snoot?" Gary, we all know you stole my phone and posted that. I did not post that. I am not being a snooty snoot because I absolutely adore Megan Shelby and am so excited to cruise with her in December. And by the way, I am nowhere near 50. I got a good couple years before I even get close to 50. So that definitely wasn't me. And furthermore, I got a question for y'all. What is up with this guy's cruise? It's on Valentine's Day weekend. Exactly what were they thinking? I think the guys have a little bit of making up to do for Megan and I on this cruise. Thinking some spa time is in order. What do you guys think?
Oh,
Gary, you're busted.
Man,
well,
I
Busted.
don't know what to say, man.
I've already my name for this episode is I'm in the doghouse now because I didn't know that she was actually going to be throwing all of that much information. I just know that she just said that, yeah, she wasn't very appreciative of me doing that, but I didn't know she was going to throw me under the bus so bad. I am trying now. There's nothing I can say except for whoops.
And these allegations of said guy's trip that might be over a certain make-believe holiday, okay?
Oh no.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that, just so happens we have a said commercial for said trip. Just tossing that out there.
In 2025, prepare to go presidential as the Podcastaways Gary Manning and Trevor Shelby go on a President's Day Dudes Cruise. And dude, you are totally invited. We will be sailing on the Carnival Valor on February 13th through the 17th. From New Orleans to Cozumel, it's going to be one wild ride. Contact Amanda Barmore with Have Luggage Will Travel or email booking at hlwtravel.com for more information.
All the information will be down below in the description. And so, yeah, absolutely.
After hearing that speak pipe, you guys may want to consider moving that.
No,
I can't.
Absolutely
No, I
not.
think the Sweetheart at Seas cruise is a great idea. Have fun.
We're the sweetheart.
Jit, are you trying to rename our dudes cruise?
Yes, I'm trying to help you. This is me trying to help you. Sweetheart at Seas. Sorry, Teresa. They made an error in their branding. And yeah.
Are you trying to get it where we invite the ladies to the cruise?
I think that you planning a gentleman's excursion over Valentine's Day was an error, perhaps.
Which is a made-up holiday. And
I have several people that I know that do not think that certain day of the year is any sort of anything.
Yeah.
It's like singles discrimination day.
And
it is. I don't celebrate it. So
see,
there you have it. Say it can't be for two best buds who want to go on a cruise. So there you go.
with how many ever of their closest friends that want to join.
Yeah, absolutely. We might have a dude's Valentine exchange event on this cruise. So there you go.
What are the dates of this cruise?
It's the 13th to the 17th of February.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
So you're leaving right the day before Valentine's Day.
And we've got some podcastaways interested in joining us. So I am quite
we have one
excited
committed and maybe
one committed.
Not just
they're not just booked in. They're going to be sleeping in the same room with us.
That person does not know what's happening.
I feel for
Well,
you.
this got
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, it did.
Hey,
Oh, it's too funny.
now I mean they could back out if there's somebody else who needs a roommate, but at the beginning he's like, "Look, here I am. I need a roommate." I said, "Well, why don't you just join Trevor and I? We can do a 3-way room."
Oh, Valentine's cruise,
this
besties
keeps
on the
sounding
seas,
weirder and
besties plus one on the seas.
It's going to be epic.
It will. We're gonna be
Or-
going to Cozumel. We're gonna complete the mission, and
100%.
there you go. So
Yes.
You know, I've heard
Teresa's spa trip is going to be
mission
epic.
before. I've heard this. We're going to complete the mission before, and it's never happened. It didn't happen when I was there. It didn't happen when you were there, and it didn't happen when Gary was there.
What is
So-
the mission?
So the mission is there's a certain restaurant that we all want to try that is like literal steps from the port. But
It's a Filipino restaurant.
I didn't make it, but like past 3 amigos. I don't know what happened with Gary. And
I had a whole entire
Tom
day at
didn't even got
Paradise
the boat, I
Beach.
don't think.
Yeah. We had an entire excursion, like everybody in our for FRGC 2 went to Paradise Beach. So
Yeah.
I mean I couldn't, so that was the thing. And then we left. We stayed there practically all day until like 30 minutes before the ship left. And I didn't want to be the guy who left to go do the mission, So
Yeah, I get it. You want to do the mission as a group with all the
With-
fans. So
exactly, yes. Or at least with, you and I can do it. I mean,
absolutely.
if you don't like Filipino food cooked by Mexicans, then well,
Are you confident, Trevor, that you can get past 3 amigos?
No. This is what I
Yes.
need the support
Yes.
for. So
You
they
need
need
someone
to
on either
carry
side
me.
of you.
They need to carry
I-
me.
I am confident that we will pass Trace Amigos.
On the way back, it's all bets.
On the
are
way
off.
back, it can be different. Yes. But especially if old girl that was there last time giving the shots is there.
Had the guy.
Yeah, I saw the girl this time.
It's something else.
Yes.
That-
And she did a little bit extra at the end. She did the shots in front of you. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like tipped your head back and poured
Yeah.
the shots in and then brought your head forward. And that's all.
Oh
I'll say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's like that shot over in New Orleans that Tom took me to.
Oh, Spirits on Bourbon.
Yeah, Spirits. That place is amazing. I love Spirits. Oh, hey, you guys almost forgot Catherine. She sent us a speak pipe.
Hello, golden humans. This is Catherine. Coming back to you since y'all keep mentioning me so much. I am honored. I do come bearing a question to Gary Manning for a story that he told in the last episode. Keep in mind, I am catching up. I listen at work. But one of the episodes where you're talking about the beaches. And you gave us that very, very fun fact. Good sir, my question to you is, how many erections have you witnessed to warrant in claiming that they are not being enforced properly? I need to see these statistics. Thank you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I love the show. And you will hear from me soon, I'm sure. Bye.
Okay. So personally, I have never witnessed an actual that.
Mhm.
However, I've never seen anyone receive any tickets. So I can't tell you if I have or have not seen
Now,
any.
remind us what she's even talking about because it's been some time.
It's
and,
been about 500 or 600 episodes ago.
mhm.
We were talking about just the crazy laws that Turks and Caicos has on drugs and ammunition. And it was when they had the Tom brought up the surrender your drug
Yeah.
box, And I was thinking that maybe they were maybe Turks and Caicos had all these laws but didn't enforce them, kind of like Florida. Florida had a law that said if you were to
if you were to go to full mast.
Yeah, there you go. While on the beach, that they could write you a ticket. So this was one of those things that was wild. I mean, I'm a native Floridian. I grew up in Florida, grew up on the beaches. So through high school, this was one of those ongoing jokes that we had. And so I checked it though. And here's my thing. I went in and I actually looked at all of the different Florida laws, the funny Florida laws. Now, of course, I was in high school 30 plus years ago. However, I never found where it was actually a law. So it could have just been something made up the whole entire time.
I mean, honestly, how would you enforce something that is against your will anyway? Because
there's that, but I did find like public lewdness / like that kind of public indecency. It could be brought in through that, honestly, because actually Florida did have a law that made it illegal to sing karaoke while in a swimsuit. That was a legit law that was on the books up until 2005.
Really?
So yeah, while I was looking for the other law, I found out about that law. So, I mean, why would they outlaw, that makes spring break no fun, because you can't karaoke while you're sitting there on the beach and in your bathing suit. But anyways, so thank you, Catherine. Sorry that I can't necessarily give you a number. All I can tell you is that I was not ever a witness to someone receiving a citation for having said full mast.
Well, there you go. I'm glad that was explained. Or
we can all rest easy now.
Or horrified.
Or not.
I don't know.
Yeah. So sorry.
Oh, that's great. So we last week we did the embarkation, and our
2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks? I thought that was last week.
Okay, maybe it was last week. It feels like it was 2. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Anyways, we've already covered the embarkation, and so we would like to move on to maybe after getting on the ship to your first full day on the ship. Now, typically, unless you're going out of somewhere that's got a closer stop, typically your first full day on the ship is going to be a fun day at sea. But, so we're going to kind of assume that that's what we're talking about here. So I know that there's probably people that's screaming, you could be in the Bahamas from Miami. And so, whatever. That's fine. But, so I'm not sure how we want to do this, how we want to go around. But I will say that the first thing I like doing when I get on board after, we talked about the muster station already, and I've been highlighted and I don't like this at all. Was not comfortable with that. You scared me.
That was for our listeners on Spotify where they can see everything that you do.
Okay. Well, so I like to get my first day, drink basically, but I don't like getting the whatever punch that they give you on first day. And, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, you can't fool me again. That's exactly how that goes. So they charge you for the cup, they charge you for the drink. That ends up coming out to $30 a drink. And so once you buy a couple of those, you spent quite a bit your first day. So I avoid doing that, but I will go ahead, get me some Long Island or something and enjoy my first day. I will immediately go to get some food because typically it's around, typically for me, it's, around breakfast time when I get on the ship because, the platinum benefits and all, we get on and we get to lounge a little bit and wait for the others to show up. No, I'm kidding. It's usually right around lunchtime. So we'll get some guys burgers or something like that and kind of sit around and have a good time and wait for the festivities to start. So that's my main first thing. I like to attend all the parties. So there you go.
And that's for when
That's-
we actually leave.
Huh?
That's
That's sell away point there. That's where I'm stopping.
okay.
Y'all can take it however far y'all want.
So mine after embarkation, I definitely go grab lunch. I'll generally, hang out there, have a blue Hawaiian or some umbrella drink, which they don't put umbrellas in the drinks anymore, which is sad. It's not as festive anymore. But then I'll walk around the ship until it's time to enter our rooms, and then I'll unpack and take a nap until dinner time. So
Good deal.
I will embark, muster station, blue iguana burrito. From that point, may or may not, depending if I have the drink package, indulge in a beverage. Typically, I don't have the drink package. Typically, I'm not indulging in beverages. Then I am waiting for the sail away party. In the middle of the action, on the deck in the sail away party with my 360 camera recording it, just because that's what I do. It's 250 terabytes or whatever I have worth of video that has never going to be posted to my YouTube channel. It gets put in that. And then this is the first cruise. This past cruise was the first time that Teresa and I did not book the steakhouse. But every other cruise that we've ever done, we always book the steakhouse on the first night. So we go to sail away party, get all nice and sweaty and having a good time there. From there, close up, run back to the room, shower, get dressed, and then go to the steakhouse. The reason why we do the steakhouse, they give you a free bottle of wine, the house wine, on your first night in the steakhouse. So if, typically Teresa's brought a bottle of wine, I might bring a bottle for her. So that gives her 3 bottles of wine to have throughout the longevity of the cruise. Then, that's where that's at. After that, steakhouse, typically more than likely we go to the welcome aboard show, just because that's in my opinion, one of the best opportunities to get a ship on a stick. If you can make enough fool of yourself and act crazy enough to get called up on stage that first night, because a lot of people don't know what's going on that first night, you can get up on stage, do the welcome aboard show games, and then be awarded a ship on a stick. Now, of course, our loyal listeners are going to find this out, and if you ever cruise with me and you try to beat me up on that stage to get a ship on a stick, we will have words, I promise. But other than that, that's pretty much our first day, first night, first sea day. Moving into that, it's going to be something else. Wake up, go to sea day brunch, go to breakfast burrito, get a breakfast burrito, hang out a little bit, go to sea day brunch. And then from there, just a bunch of just ship day activities, whatever's going on. So, Jen, I'll stop there at first sea day and let you go ahead and talk about your embarkation traditions.
Well, when we last left off, I was talking about how we don't get on when the crew's waking up like Trevor, but we do get on pretty early and put our stuff down and go to our muster station. We talked about that already. After that, we swing by the kids club and let Lou check all that out, get her. We pre-register, but you have to. There's a little bit of parental signing off and stuff you have to square away. We go. We have our rainbow cheesecake with our lunch. I do drink the fancy drink in the souvenir cup because I'm on vacation. And we do not do the sail away parties. I planned for it. I taught Lucy all the line dances that you need to know. turns out no one in my family wants to hang around in a big crowd. So we do sail away from our balcony and we watch everybody who annoys us get smaller and smaller and smaller as we depart. So that's our day one. And
So that was the end of your day one. That's awesome.
so, but like a sea day for me is I get up early, I go to the gym, I have breakfast, and then Lucy eats soft serve all day, and we lay around in the sun and read.
Well, who the hell goes to the gym on a ship?
That lady right there.
Every day.
Are you just sadistic? I mean, come on.
No, that's just part of it's my routine when I'm at home. And so I just stay on it when I'm on the ship. And it makes me feel a little less guilty when I eat everything that isn't nailed down.
And I get that. I do. I get that. I
Yeah.
understand those. For me, yes. And the thing is sometimes I'm actually feel more inclined to go to the gym when I'm on a ship than I do when I'm at home. So, I mean, I get it because I'm more inclined to take the stairs when I'm on a ship just because the elevators are always somewhat jacked up. But I shouldn't say always, but sometimes, depending on, especially Embarkation Day. Embarkation Day, that's something we didn't really cover. The best way to get around elevator issues is to get on the ship and immediately take a right and go all the way back to the back of the ship and get on the aft elevators. Everyone do that. Everybody take a right. As soon as you get on the ship, go all the way to the back and take the aft elevators up to Lido deck.
But then those elevators will get bogged down if everyone goes to them.
The mid elevators are normally blocked up because they're taking, the mid elevators are locked up because they're taking luggage up and down, at least on one side.
Yeah.
So to save yourself the headache, just take a right, go all the way back to the back and take the aft elevators instead of taking the mid elevators.
Or the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. My watch is either overheating or sending me messages.
He's over there looking at cruises, everybody.
Well,
he's looking at cruises. So I'm just putting it out there. He's only half here. So day one for me, well, and I will throw this in. When you were talking about steakhouse secrets there, I will kind of toss in that depending on the ship, there may be some things that you can sign up for that, like on the Spirit, getting into some of those classes and making sure that the little art projects and stuff that you want to do. And because they're almost impossible to get into if you don't get onto it right away. Also, if you go to the spa, typically they're running spa deals, all kinds of things going on. Megan is a firm believer in wasting money. Going to the spa, and it is one of those areas that, man, if they did anything like the casino, I would be getting free cruises just because of what we spend in there. So I'm just throwing that out there. Carnival, that would be a great idea, man. Your spa would be packed with spa goers. So
yes, and I think after that first speak pipe we had, it looks like Megan and Teresa both are going to be frequenting the spa quite often in December.
Yeah, that's probably true. I already saw talks of meeting in New Orleans while we're out. So like,
oh
wait
my,
wait a minute.
On. That's just not even fun. That's not just not fair.
Yeah. It's really not, actually. They're trying to hijack our vacation. I see how it is. So
but they're so sneaky.
So sneaky. So I will say though that my first day activities usually are leisure. So this is usually where I'm trying to find my Serenity deck spot, or I'm taking part in some activities. So usually drinking activities or food related activities. But after the first day, I like finding a nice spot to just plant myself and have a good time. So I try to get there a little early, or I go late, because usually midday most everything's clamshell wise is usually taken, and that's my favorite place to be. So
Is the embarkation day, do you consider that, you three, do you consider that your first day on the ship, or is it the day that you wake up? Is that your first day on the ship? You know what I mean? So like,
so
I know
well, to
Carnival,
me,
for instance, go ahead.
yeah, I would say to me, embarkation day is technically a day one, but also your first full day is your first full day. So I don't know if you really, I don't know. It's your embarkation day is just a partial day. So yeah, so is debarkation. You just get that little snippet in the morning. So I'm just saying, I consider it, a part of it, but not a full day. I'll put it that way.
So here's
I
where
don't
I'm
really
at.
count day one or day two, though.
All right. So I've looked up the descriptions for our next two cruises. First cruise is December 18th through the 22nd. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. Carnival calls that a 4-day cruise to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Our next cruise is February 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. Carnival calls that a 4-day cruise to the Western Caribbean. So we're on the ship for 5 days. So they're either not counting debarkation day or they're not counting embarkation day.
I would say debarkation. That's my guess, because you're only, you're just up until like 9, 10 o'clock. So I don't know how late you guys usually stay, but I've got the ability to get off, whenever I want. They'll lower, even if we're not in port yet, they'll put me in a little boat and lower me down and just get me in. And
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay.
So I just show them the
like
card.
a James Bond speedboat situation.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but yeah, so, and I want to say that it's debarkation day, because think about it. You're not doing anything on the ship except for waking up, getting breakfast, whether it's at the buffet, the MDR, or Blue Iguana, right? Because I think even the MDR is open on debarkation morning, but that's it. There's nothing else that's going on, and typically you're already in port in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so I would want to say that they count the first day as your embarkation day, second day, the next day, third day, fourth day. But that was just kind of, and I know that there are people that I've spoken with, and I'm one of those people. I don't really count my first day on the ship as embarkation day. It's whenever I wake up on the ship. So that's what I was curious to hear what you guys thought. Jen, Tom, what are y'all's thoughts as far as when is your first day on the ship?
I usually count as my first full day is, which in some aspects would be the second day, I guess. It's the day after embarkation. So, the first full day is when I consider myself actually, because your day's so busy on embarkation day anyway. So, you don't have enough time. You can enjoy yourself, but you're exhausted because you've been up since like 2 o'clock in the morning, because you got that embarkation sleep that says you got to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning because you don't want to miss the boat. So yeah, there's that. But
Jen, what about you? Are you first day is your embarkation day, or first day after waking up on the ship?
You're blowing my mind. I've never thought about it like this. I always think like I'm on vacation the minute I get the drink and I can go to karaoke the first night. Like, then it's like, it's official. I'm relaxing. But I think it's intriguing. Like, what's the first, I guess the first full day would be like the full thing.
Well, okay, so just looking at the itinerary for my next
Mhm.
cruise. So
Right.
it is a 4-day cruise, like Mr. Manning
Mhm.
said, but this is how they list it out. Day 1 is New Orleans.
Yeah.
Day 2, fun day at sea. Day 3, Cozumel. Day 4, fun day at sea. Day 5
That's
is
not your next cruise.
that's not my next cruise, is it? That's
No.
that's on the Valor. But anyways, day 5 is back in New Orleans. So
Yes.
it's a 4-day cruise, but they're counting all 5 days there. And that shows New Orleans at 3:30 p.m. We're departing port. That is day 1. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the thing. And I mean, I know that I get
faster
into
to the
this.
fun is available.
What?
To cart.
What?
Add to cart. Add cart.
You don't. He doesn't need it. He gets to enter with the snooty snoots.
It does no. He's not.
Don't care.
I wonder. I was asked that question by our roommate if we got to use your benefits, and I told him no because I was going to be the main on the room, and so it didn't count. So you would have to get on with the regular slows like us.
No, that ain't true. Nope.
He's going to say, "Don't you know who I am?"
This is true.
And we have faster to the fun now. Just throwing that out there.
I know you did not buy faster to the fun.
He's been talking about buying up, having all the diamond and platinum people buy up all the faster to the fun.
Hey,
Yes,
it keeps
I know.
our line where it needs to be. Okay, it keeps our
And
line.
Carnival is thrilled to take your money.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yes. Carnival does not care.
Obviously.
They don't give a hoot. They do not give a hoot who buys faster to the fun, just as long as it's getting bought.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
but wouldn't you rather spend that money on beverages or?
No. Anytime I get in that line, I'm like, man, there could be one more person in front of me. Nope, not today.
Wow.
I will say we have a really good hotel lined up for that day, for that trip. It's going to be good. We're right across from the port.
Yeah.
on the east bank over there across the river. But anyways, moving on. I think that for me, like I said, going back to all of those things, it's been a conversation. It's been a debate ever since I've been into cruising for the or even YouTube for 3-4 years. People will get into it and talk about on their live is when is your first day? And there's people who feel your first day is as soon as you step on that ship. As soon as you cross that gangplank or gangway and cross that threshold, your cruise has begun. That is your first day. But for me, I really just have this is a 3-day cruise for me because it's going to be 1 day at sea, 1 day in Cozumel, and 1 day coming back. So even though Carnival calls it a 4-day, and I see the 4th day, in that, our Bahamas cruise in Port Canaveral for day 1. Fun day at sea for that 2nd day. 3rd day is in Nassau. 4th day is Freeport, and then back to Port Canaveral to get off of the ship. So you have, 1 day at sea, and then you're going to make it back with no days at sea because they're, we're going to get into how they're just going to cruise around on that first day in circles so you can spend money in the casino. But yeah, again, though, so for me, this is 1, 2, 3-day cruise. It's fun day at sea, Nassau, Freeport. And that's it for me, even though it calls it a 4-day cruise. That's just my take on it. That's my thinking. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not counting that first day because, like I said, for us, typically, we're getting on the ship sometimes upwards of 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some of the last ones to board. And so, there's really not that much to do other than your muster drill, sail away party, and dinner. And that's why I don't count the first day as my first day.
Yeah.
Because you get up on the day after embarkation day. You go have your salmon egg Benedict, and then you go to sea day brunch. And then you go after sea day brunch to the Cucina for lunch lasagna, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I don't know. back and forth. There's people who feel both ways. Majority of people, though, I will say, is your first day on the ship is your first sea day or your first embarkation day. We're going to put a poll up over on our Facebook group. Come fill it out. See what happens.
I want to point something out, and I would like to show this for the dudes cruise. Now, let me share the screen. What do you see there?
Priority.
Oh, that is hilarious.
And why are we on deck one? Well, because we had to have a ocean view room. So I do not want to be on deck one. I'm trying to click your screen and make it go to 2 or 3. So it's not my name. I can't get it. Yay.
Deck one.
I know.
Uno.
I'm telling you right now, it was everything, which we got a fantastic. I mean, I'm telling you, the prices for this cruise, people, guys, this cruise, the prices is super cheap. I mean, especially with it being a 4-day weekend or a 3-day weekend, I should say, because of President's Day being that Monday. So that's the day we get back. So we're cruising Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Or I think, yeah.
Y'all may get a 3-day weekend, but I have to work on President's Day.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Well, take it off.
Some people get it off, but I'm looking just to verify because I do want to say 18th through the 17th. Yeah, so we get back on that Monday, which is President's Day. So yeah, so that's it. And so if you're close enough to Port Canaveral, you can be back to work on Tuesday and not even only have to take off Thursday and Friday. So there is that for you.
That is my plan.
Please get in touch with Amanda. Get this cruise before it sells out, because once people find out the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways Dudes Cruise is there, it's gonna be
crazy. Yeah, it's gonna just tons of dudes are gonna be booking in, and
all the ladies,
dudes,
all the ladies.
Dudes.
All the ladies are going to be booking it because they're going to find out that it's the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways Dude Cruise.
Oh yeah, that's right. Anyway, I think I can get recent on this one. Like, there's gonna be so many dudes there. Oh,
you should change the name to the Sausage Cruise. I mean.
Listen, I had a name that I wanted to call this, and I got vetoed on that.
What did you want to call it? Is it inappropriate?
Let's hear it.
I'll tell you after we hit stop on the record.
That's why it was
because I have ideas.
It was all bros, no garden implements. It was all bro, no garden implements.
I actually the Abe Lincoln that's tatted that I realized after I started animating it, which was really funny. Picture that I have, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and all that. I did actually make an image where he's holding a garden implement, and Gary wanted to a circle and strike through on it, but we couldn't get it quite where we needed it. So
I think our next episode needs to be dedicated exclusively to Teresa and Megan pipes.
What needs to happen is Gary and I just need to leave the show for a week, and then our wives take over.
I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, it may or may not be as entertaining, but Teresa will keep them entertaining. Megan will as well. They're both great people. I think I'm all about that.
Well, that would be your most cat-filled episode.
All of that will be cut. So we need to come back to what we were talking about.
All of it be cut? What are you talking about? That's on the show. Anyways. Well, I feel like we're at the end anyways.
I believe so. I believe so.
We've hit rock bottom.
We've hit
of
rock
this
bottom.
conversation.
We have arrived at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree.
Yeah. So make sure you go over to our Facebook page and search for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. There you'll find that we have a group and a page. So make sure you join them both. We also have a SpeakPipe. The link is down in the description. It's actually hard for me to say speakpipe.com. And then I think that's all the links that I have. Make sure you watch us on Spotify and go to Cruising Swag at ccp.cruisingswag.com and make sure you support the show by ordering you a t-shirt. But just know that in 108 days, or I don't know how many days, it might be 108, that I will be inviting Gary Manning, and probably Megan might even invite Teresa to a special platinum party.
And remember, anything that happens on the ship stays on YouTube. Bye.
Well, I do know in 105 days, I will be waking up on the Carnival Venezia, going to the Italian-Mexican fusion and ordering me a breakfast burrito.
You know, just this morning I was thinking about this little meme that's been floating around, the young person, and I've never related to something more. Just here, working my life away. I'd rather be on a cruise. Bye-bye.
Hey, I just noticed that Faster to the Fun is also available on the December cruise. Add to cart. Save the foosball tables. Bye-bye.
Adios.
See ya.